Once, there were two sisters, and the elder sister was very selfish, and the younger sister was very good and kind. And one day there was a festival, and the elder sister was preparing stuffed cabbage leaves. And she was rolling the cabbage leaves and stuffing them with sweetmeats and preparing for the festival. And into the house came her sister. "Oh, my elder sister, they smell so good, your cabbage leaves. May I try one of them?" "Away with you, sister. They are for the mayor, who is coming later." Well, the younger sister, she went away and she got some cabbage leaves and she went home and she started making her own. And they were good. They were really good. And she started to eat them herself, and more she ate. And then the mayor came to her house, and she said to the mayor, "Why did you come?" And he said, "I smelt your cabbage leaves, let me try one." And the young sister, who was good and kind, she offered the mayor one of her cabbage leaves, but as she leant forward, because of all the cabbage she had eaten, she let out the most enormous, loud, let me hear it, enormous, loud, let me hear the sound of it, an enormous, loud. That's exactly what it was like. And the mayor was amazed, and she was so shamed that she said, "I wish the ground would swallow me up." And she found herself in the underworld. And there in the underworld, it was a very jolly place. People were dancing along the street with happy smiles upon their faces, like a festival, like today. People were so full of joy, and there, sitting in a roadside cafe, was the fart that she had released. And he was drinking coffee, and he had a hat upon his head, and he looked very smart. And he called her over, and he said, "I want to say thank you. For you have set me free. Thank you for setting me free. The land is a happy place. I will give you whatever you want." "Oh, I don't want anything." "Well, then I will give you gold." And she found herself once more in her own kitchen. And the mayor had gone, but there was her husband saying, "Wife, where have you been?" The mayor was amazed. And she said, "Why, husband?" And as she spoke, gold fell from her mouth. She couldn't believe it, and nor could her husband. Every time she spoke, gold fell from her mouth, and all was well. And her sister, her elder selfish sister, heard of this, and she came and she said, "Where did you get all this gold falling from your mouth?" And she told her, being kind and good, and the elder sister thought, "I want this gold." And she went home and started making more rolled cabbage leaves, but she didn't eat any herself. And the mayor came, and the mayor said, "I smelt your cabbage leaves." And she said, "Well, here, take one." And she leant forward, but nothing, however much she pushed or strained, came of it. She forced and forced until she managed just a tiny little... Exactly. "Oh, I'm so ashamed, I wish the ground would swallow me up." And there she was in the underworld. But the underworld was a dark, miserable, dingy place. The people went with their heads bowed, afraid. There was fear. And there, among the people, she saw a horrible little fart. And he said, "Why? Why did you force me from where I belong? I was not ready. This is persecution. This is a suffering." She said, "Give me gold. I will give you what you deserve," said the miserable little fart. And she found herself back in her kitchen. And when she spoke to her husband, what came out of her mouth was not gold. "Wife, what is wrong with you? Where have you been?" But however much she tried to speak, nothing came out of her mouth but spiders and worms and so many scorpions. And she was stung by those scorpions from her toes to her head until, not long after, she dropped down dead.